An incredible amount of negativity has been directed at Caitlin Clark lately simply because she's incredibly talented and outperforming all her opponents. It's unbelievable how people can't handle someone's success and resort to putting her down. Most recently, Chennedy from Sky claimed that Angel Reese is superior to Caitlin Clark. But why? This discussion has more intriguing aspects, and I'm excited to delve into them in today's video. Remember to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future updates. Stay tuned as we get into it. I've seen some controversial behavior from Sky's Chennedy towards Caitlin Clark. Carter tried to attack Clark, one of the most popular and talented players in the WNBA, and then refused to address the issue, leaving many people wondering why. Carter has spoken out about a different topic, the debate between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, discussing who is more talented and famous. Carter believes that Reese is a better player than Clark. Still, many of us disagree because the statistics tell a different story. Before we proceed further, I would like to present some statistics for discussion. It's worth mentioning the increasing presence of critics who appear more frequently as Clark's popularity rises. They seem intent on undermining her daily. We'll delve into the statistics of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark and look at Sky's Chennedy stats. It's essential to assess the credibility of those who speak negatively about Caitlin Clark. Understanding their standing as players and whether their criticism is based on valid points or simply unfounded is critical. Let's delve deeper into this. A statistical comparison between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese shows that Caitlin Clark excels as a versatile and impactful player in numerous aspects of the game. One particularly remarkable aspect is Clark's scoring ability, which averages 17.1 points per game, surpassing Reese's 13.5 points. When examining the per 36-minute stats, Clark maintains her lead with 17.5 points compared to Reese's 15.3 points, further emphasizing her scoring dominance. Notably, Clark's shooting efficiency exemplifies her offensive prowess. She not only exhibits a higher field goal percentage of 40.5%, in contrast to Reese's 40.2%, but also showcases a notably superior three-point shooting percentage of 32.7% compared to Reese's 20.0%. These statistics underscore Clark's capability to score from various positions on the court, solidifying her status as a versatile offensive threat. Not only does Clark excel in scoring, but her exceptional playmaking ability also sets her apart from Reese. Clark averages an impressive 8.2 assists per game, significantly higher than Reese's 1.8 assists. Even when we adjust for per 36-minute statistics, Clark's assist numbers increase to 8.4, showcasing her exceptional vision and her knack for creating scoring opportunities for her teammates. This further solidifies her role as a dominant playmaker on the court. Both players make valuable contributions in terms of defense, but Clark's slight edge in steals, 1.5 per game compared to Reese's 1.4, and blocks, 0.8 versus Reese's 0.4, demonstrates that her impact is more evenly distributed across both ends of the floor. While Reese excels in rebounding, grabbing 11.9 rebounds per game compared to Clark's 5.8, Clark's broader contributions in scoring, playmaking, and defense make her the more well-rounded and complete player on the team. Clark's exceptional game is characterized by her remarkable efficiency and composure in high-pressure situations, mainly when shooting free throws. Her impressive free throw percentage of 89.1% significantly surpasses Reese's 76.0%, highlighting her reliability and ability to deliver during crucial moments when every point counts. It's important to note that while Clark's turnover rate is higher, averaging 5.6 per game compared to Reese's 1.8, this statistic should be viewed within the context of Clark's role as the primary ball handler and playmaker for her team. Her elevated turnover rate results from her extensive responsibilities in running the offense. When considering her substantial assist numbers, it becomes evident that her overall value is enhanced rather than diminished by this statistic. In addition to contributing significantly to her team, Clark's impact is clearly seen through her impressive playing time and the cumulative statistics she has achieved. With 914 minutes played and 26 games under her belt, Clark has showcased her endurance and consistent performance on the court, surpassing Reese, who has played 761 minutes across 24 games. Despite averaging fewer minutes per game, Clark has managed to amass more points, assists, and steals than Reese, solidifying her reputation as a more influential player. While Reese's 17 double-doubles underscore her consistent performance in both rebounding and scoring, these accomplishments do not overshadow the all-encompassing contributions that Clark consistently delivers in every facet of the game. In comparing Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, it's clear that both players possess unique skills that contribute to their respective strengths on the court. Angel Reese is known for her formidable rebounding and efficiency in specific areas, making her a force to be reckoned with in those aspects of the game. On the other hand, Caitlin Clark's versatility, superior scoring ability, exceptional playmaking, and consistent all-around performance set her apart as a precious and impactful player. What distinguishes Clark is her ability to influence the game on multiple fronts, from her scoring prowess and adeptness at setting up her teammates to her clutch performances and defensive contributions. Considering all these factors, it becomes evident that Caitlin Clark emerges as the better player in this head-to-head comparison due to the depth and breadth of her impact on the game. Now let's discuss the problem between WNBA players and Caitlin Clark. As everyone knows what happened in the Olympics, everyone is known of the bullies by the opponents, like the Sky's Chennedy Carter ripped Caitlin Clark and tried to hurt her. Angel Reese wanted to offend her with her hand gesture, demonstrating that she is unhappy with Clark. We all know there's a tight bond between WNBA players, so they could come together and throw out Caitlin Clark from the team, so they could get the benefits she is having, like $260 million TV deal just because of Caitlin Clark, an increase in basketball viewership just because of Caitlin Clark, Nike launching Caitlin Clark shoes, her basketball sellings, overall popularity. Those things make the haters more jealous, and they are coming together to throw Caitlin Clark outside, or maybe hurt her, so she could never play basketball and they could steal her place. This is a complete gang. It is surprising to see that there has been a lack of support for Caitlin Clark, especially considering her significant impact on the basketball world. She has garnered global attention, with celebrities interested in attending her games. Additionally, her influence has led to an increase in players' salaries. However, some individuals seem to be envious of her growing popularity. It is rare to witness such a remarkable rise to fame in women's basketball. Caitlin Clark's presence is undeniable as she captivates public interest and draws new supporters to the sport. This level of attention and excitement is unprecedented in the history of women's basketball. Sky's Chennedy Carter is also jealous of her because she can't beat her in a match. She can't beat her in skills, so she thought to hit her and attack her so she could take her place. When that did not happen, she tried to support Angel Reese so maybe anyone could get her place and the competition could be less in the match because they couldn't beat Caitlin Clark's skills. NBA player LeBron James, the living legend, said Caitlin is a better player than Angel Reese. If he were racist, he would surely prefer Angel Reese over Caitlin Clark, but he stood by the truth and supported Caitlin Clark because she was actually better. Many prominent figures and sports analysts are drawing comparisons between Caitlin Clark and NBA star Stephen Curry, asserting that Caitlin is the women's equivalent of Stephen Curry. These individuals are highly knowledgeable and experienced in the game. Their insights are based on their own playing careers and legendary status. Let's look at Sky's Chennedy Carter's overall stats, to evaluate her perspective on Caitlin Clark. We'll determine whether she is credible to speak on this matter. Chennedy Carter's career statistics display a player with notable scoring prowess. Still, they also underscore certain areas where she lags behind, particularly when contrasted with Caitlin Clark. Despite showcasing sporadic instances of exceptional play, especially during her debut season with the Atlanta Dream in 2020, her overall influence on the game is overshadowed by Clark's comprehensive and unparalleled dominance across all aspects of play. Starting with Carter's scoring, she averaged 17.4 points per game in her debut season, which at first glance might seem impressive. However, her inability to maintain this scoring level throughout her career is concerning. By 2021, her average dropped to 14.2 points per game, and during her time with the Los Angeles Sparks in 2022, it plummeted to 8.9 points per game. Even though she saw a slight resurgence with Chicago in 2024, averaging 17.2 points per game, the inconsistency in her scoring output raises questions about her reliability as a primary offensive threat. In contrast, Caitlin Clark has consistently averaged 17.1 points per game, while contributing significantly in other areas, making her a much more dependable scorer. When it comes to playmaking, Carter's limitations become even more apparent. Over her career, she averages just 2.7 assists per game, contrasting to Clark's 8.2 assists per game. This disparity underscores Carter's inability to effectively involve her teammates and create scoring opportunities, something Clark excels at. Clark's role as a facilitator is integral to her team's success. In contrast, Carter's playmaking skills are minimal at best, often limiting her team's offensive versatility. Carter's shooting efficiency, while respectable, also lacks the range and consistency that Clark brings to the table. Carter's career field goal percentage of 48.2% might seem solid. Still, it's mainly due to her preference for taking shots closer to the basket. Her three-point shooting, however, has been consistently poor, with a career average of just 27.3%. This inability to be a reliable threat from beyond the arc severely limits her effectiveness in today's game, where three-point shooting is crucial. On the other hand, with her 32.7% three-point shooting percentage, Clark adds a critical dimension to her game that Carter simply doesn't have. While decent at 79.0%, Carter's free throw shooting also falls short compared to Clark's stellar 89.1%. This difference becomes even more significant in clutch situations where free throw accuracy can determine the outcome of a game. Carter's lower percentage suggests she could be more dependable in these high-pressure moments, unlike Clark, who consistently delivers when it matters most. Defensively, Carter's contributions are modest and do not significantly impact the game. With career averages of 0.9 steals per game and 0.3 blocks per game, she does little to disrupt opposing offenses. While not known primarily for her defense, Clark still manages to contribute more with 1.5 steals per game and 0.8 blocks per game, demonstrating a more well-rounded defensive presence. Carter's turnover rate is another area of concern. Although her 2.0 turnovers per game might seem low compared to Clark's 5.6 turnovers per game, it's essential to consider the context. Carter's low turnover rate reflects her limited role in handling the ball and facilitating the offense. Clark, tasked with running the offense and creating plays, naturally has a higher turnover rate, but this is a byproduct of her much greater responsibilities on the court. While Chennedy Carter has shown potential as a scorer, her overall game could be more consistent than a player like Caitlin Clark. Carter's limited playmaking, poor three-point shooting, and inconsistent scoring make her a less valuable asset to her team. In contrast, Caitlin Clark's superior scoring, exceptional playmaking, reliable shooting, and more complete defensive contributions clearly establish her as the better player in virtually every aspect of the game. I hope you have found Caitlin Clark to be a more efficient player based on those stats. And yes, she is. She is dominating the world. A player like Chennedy Carter can only speak negatively and hit the world's best player, Caitlin Clark. She can't win or beat Caitlin Clark in a game. This video shows why people hate Caitlin Clark, because they can't beat her in the game and they show their anger while trying to attack her. As a dedicated basketball fan, we must show our unwavering support for exceptionally talented players like Caitlin Clark. Caitlin's dedication and commitment to her craft make her a shining example for all aspiring athletes. Together, let's rally behind her and elevate her to legendary status in basketball. By demonstrating our united support, we can create a powerful shield against any negativity or unfair treatment she may encounter. Let's champion Caitlin as a role model for current and future generations of athletes. Remember to subscribe to our channel to stay updated. Looking forward to connecting with you in the upcoming video. I appreciate your support.